Welcome to Sober Barkeep. I'm Brian Anderson, coming to you from Anderson's Guitar Bar here in lovely League City, Texas. Today we're going to take a look at a new product, fresh off the market, from Sexy AF. They make some really cool products, and they're a really fun company. Just watching their videos and their promotions and stuff, just really cool. And they've got several products on the market right now. This one just came out. It's a Friski whiskey. I saw this. I've been wanting to buy something from them. They're out of Canada, and thought, well, I'm a whiskey guy, so we'll do this one. It's fresh out of the gate. They just released it a couple of weeks ago on the market, and I wanted to get my hands on it and try it first. And it's called Sexy AF Friski Whiskey, so even fun name on it. So want to take a look at this and do it like we do all the rest of them. It clearly says in their literature and on their website that this is meant to be mixed as a mixed drink. It also says that this is made after a classic whiskey taste. So we're going to compare it based on that and go from there. So let's take a look first off. It's got kind of a nice whiskey look to it. A little bit of amber in there. When you do the nose, it's really interesting. A lot of cinnamon. And I don't expect that out of whiskey. Also get like some spices, and maybe just a little bit of orange peel, kind of very light aroma there. But I don't get whiskey. I don't at all. And then when you taste it, it's got a great mouth quality to it. Bitter though. It's like to me, great cinnamon flavor. It's got some great spice flavor in there. And it's definitely got the bitter orange peel in it, which is really nice. I don't know if that's what's in it, but it's what I'm tasting here. I'm not tasting whiskey. I'm not tasting whiskey at all, but what I'm tasting is really good. This is not whiskey. When I go back and look at their website, it actually says cinnamon, names a couple of other spices that are in there. That's what's prevalent in this thing. And so I like this. It's just not a whiskey, and I wouldn't rate it as a whiskey. But what I did is I took a look at it and said, this is very flavorful. It's got that great cinnamon feel. It's actually got a nice little mild burn to it afterwards. What could I do? So I took a look at some recipes to use cinnamon whiskeys. And I tried a couple things, tried stuff I tried a mule with it. I've done mules with everything on here. It was good. But I found one that I really like. And so what we're going to do today is we are actually going to create Friski Rita. We're going to take this thing and take a margarita type approach to this thing from a recipe that I saw online that uses cinnamon whiskey in a margarita. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a shot of Friski whiskey. We are going to take a shot of one of my new favorites, Doe's Orange, because it's really got that nice orange liqueur type flavor to it. Go to my standby ritual tequila alternative. We're going to do a shot of that. And I would have gone with a classic margarita with the lime, but the recipe actually called for margarita mix. So we're going to take a look at some good quality margarita mix that I've got from the local liquor store here. This is a really, really good margarita mix if you want to be lazy. We'll take a look at that, put that in there, give it a shake. Whoa. Give it a nice shake. We're doing some bar cleaning here. Nice and cold and frothy. And with that, we got us a Friski Rita. Clean a little more mess up here. And that is a really, really good drink. It's really interesting. If you told me mix a solid strong orange with a solid strong whiskey with the bitters in there, and then throw in tequila, it just seems weird, but it works. I taste the cinnamon really it has a great showing here. It's not so strong and overbearing that it's all cinnamon. It's a nice, subtle cinnamon taste in there. The orange liqueur is in there, and you can taste it really well. The sweetness in the margarita mix actually cuts some of the bitters here, but the bitter adds to the complexity of it. This is just a dang good drink. I really like it. In fact, I'm going to keep this around in my bar, even though I'm not going to classify as a whiskey in my bar. It's called Friski whiskey. That's fine. To me, this is a great cinnamon type bitter that works in this combination unlike anything else. I'll be drinking a lot of these, and I'll be using this a lot to do that. I'm going to give this a 3.5 only because they market it as a whiskey. I think it's a 4 from what I'm going to use it for. That's a solid addition to my bar, and I plan to use it on my bar and to keep it in my bar because I don't know if there's anything else out there like this. It's a very unique drink. I think they're doing it a disservice by marketing it as a whiskey. If they want to market it as a cinnamon whiskey, they do whatever they want. Obviously, it's their company. But to me, this is more of a cinnamon bitters type, maybe a cinnamon whiskey, but I still don't get the whiskey out of it. But man, that's a 5 right there. This is a really, really good drink. Give it a shot, man. If you got this stuff, go for it. If you don't, buy it. Buy the stuff and go for it. None of this stuff is really expensive, and it's all high quality stuff. So, Sober Barkeep. Live well and drink smart.